We had also, for another view, the chance to sit down with Jean-Claude Juncker, that is the former Commission President. I started by asking him what he thought of President Trump's speech in Davos.
I was expecting a more aggressive tone. It was less aggressive than it was pre-announced, but nevertheless, it was like it was.
But it was quite strong on Greenland, right? I mean, he said he wants to start immediate negotiations to acquire Greenland. He said, all I am asking for is a piece of ice. It means diplomacy is not working.
Whatever he said, one thing is remaining sure. If a NATO ally attacks or threatens another NATO ally, this is inaugurating a process at the end of which we could witness a breakdown of NATO. It's something impossible.
And tell me, you know Donald Trump.
Yes.
So what should the Europeans do? We know Ursula von der Leyen, she left Davos to go to Strasbourg. Should she not have flown back to Davos to have that opportunity to speak to Trump?
Would she have done so? She would have had a few minutes of talks with the President of the US. That wouldn't make sense. We don't have to be there where the President does us want to be.
If you were the Commission President now, what would you be doing faced with all these threats?
I would clearly explain to the American President that we are ready to respond in a proportionate but strong manner to the threats he is spreading around. That the European Union is cannot be submitted to a kind of neo-colonial behaviour, that the European Union has its own honour and is respecting the US, but is not a slave of the United States of America. He knows that, but he doesn't take this into account, at least not publicly.
And would he listen to you?
I don't think that he is for the time being in a very listening mode. It has become more and more difficult to talk to him in a friendly manner.
And tonight, of course, Thursday, EU leaders are meeting for an emergency summit in Brussels.
Yeah.
How should they react? With diplomacy and dialogue with Donald Trump, or with more punitive measures?
Diplomacy is always the best way to deal with problems of this kind, but the European Union has to make clear to him, the President and others in the world, that we are ready to defend the European interest.
Okay. Jean-Claude Juncker, former Commission President, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.